Good day, students. Welcome to the IT in Society exam session. My name is Beatrice, and we are going to look at a few topics that we have covered, and then we are going to see how you are going to prepare for your exam. It's a beautiful Saturday, and then I'm hoping we are going to concentrate on this. All right? So now let's look at the topics that we have covered. In IT and society, we can look at things like information technology within the society that we are living in. We are going to look at the computer threats and computer systems used within the businesses, within the societies that we are living in. And then we're also going to look at impacts of IT or information technology within the society, the new development or the new technology developments, and we are also going to look at information technology sustainability within the societies, and we are going to look at the RFID, radio frequency identification. Okay, so let's first look at information technology within the society. So what does it mean by information technology, and then how are we incorporating it within the society? Okay, we need to understand what information technology is and how it has impacted the society we are living in today. So we understand that technology is really moving in at the escalating rate, like a speed of lightning. That's how I like to call it, whereby there's a major changes in the way we are living today when it comes to technology, unlike the way it was in the past. So when we are referring to information technology, we refer to the artifacts and practices for recording, organizing, storing, manipulating, and communication, like the way we communicate information. So information technology does not just mean the technology of using computers alone, but it actually entails a whole lot of stuff like storing of information, manipulating information, the way we are communicating, like the way I am communicating with you right now. This is part of the technology that is living or that's going on within our society. Okay, information technology also includes a wide array of artifacts such as telephones, faxes, photocopies, movies, books, and journal articles. One way of understanding information technology, we know the way we do telephone nowadays, or we like communicate via video conferencing, where I'm communicating with you while I'm not there physically. That's one way of technology. We do have Skype, for example, where people can communicate from different areas, but they are communicating and they can see physically. I mean, they can see the faces and stuff. Okay, so information technology also includes practices such as software testing methods and approaches to cataloging and indexing documents in library. So like when it comes to education, for example, we have digital libraries nowadays, and we have what we call e-books, whereby you can able to have an e-book. It's not a physical book, but it's an e-book where you can read online, for example, or you can able to download it and then able to read it on your own time. All right. So now technology has brought a lot of change within the society, such as computerized systems. There's a lot of change of doing things in traditional way, which is a manual system, and as to how the computerized system works. When we are talking of a manual way of doing things or traditional way, in the past, we were using manual things, whereby, for example, our recordings were written in a piece of paper, and then we keep a whole lot of documentation in a warehouse. But nowadays, we have replaced most of those into computerized systems. For example, let's talk about medical history, whereby we don't need to have medical reports anymore in the form of physical papers, but everything that we are now using, we are cutting paper off in the form of computerized systems. That's what's happening in most of the societies, and then everywhere there is nothing like that. They are also thinking of moving to that part of computerized system. Okay, IT also brought changes such as computerization and reducing hierarchy in organization, or the internet improving the public access to medical information. The collection of studies usually shows mixed effects. Okay, sometimes the expected consequence happens. Hierarchies flatten in some organizations. Some groups improve their access to medication via internet. Okay, that's just some part of what information can do. All right, now let's look at computer threats. In some of the subjects, we have already looked at the computer threats, and then we understand that having proper information within your computers, it is a chance of it being threatened. Okay, now what are the computer threats that we can experience? For example, we experience things like computer viruses, whereby the files can replicate itself and then they become many or become shortcuts. This is very dangerous because it can damage your whole document in your computer. And then we have computer hacking, whereby people can remotely hack in your computer and then steal your important information. So now we need to understand the concept of different types of computer threats, and then we also need to look at the different concept of how we can protect our computers from this threat. And I think that is one thing that you can digest on while you are preparing for your exam. Okay, looking at the computer systems used within businesses today. When we are looking at businesses, we have different types of businesses, such as companies have payroll systems. The payroll deals with paying or dealing with salaries of employees within companies. So now how do the HR and finances people deals with this? They use now what we call payroll systems. In banks, they use banking systems. We have hospital management system and so forth. We have different types of systems, right? So now it's up to you to know how many are they, but you can never know how many are they because they are a lot, and then we can never know. But what we need to know is that the general basic understanding of computer systems, because there is no more traditional way of using manual things. We are using now computerized systems. Okay, now let's look at the impacts of information technology within the society. Do you think information technology has just brought the positive part of it, or do we have also a negative side effect of information technology? Of course, we can look at both. Positive, it has brought a lot of positive changes within the society, where we are moving fast with the technology, and then our work is actually done for us because of technology. We don't have to sweat anymore trying to do things, because systems, they can actually do the work faster than how we can actually do. But now looking at the negative effect is that now we become more reliable into these kind of systems, and then we don't tend to learn to do things anymore on our own. And then when it comes to young people, they tend to be more on social networks instead of doing actually proper things that they are supposed to do for themselves. So now looking at this, we need to understand now the impact it has on us, negatively and then positively. Now that is for you to know which side has it negatively impacted on your life, and then how it has contributed to your life positively, right? Looking at the new technology developments, what kind of developments did the technology brought within our societies? It has brought things like in homes and then businesses. We are talking of things like cloud computing. Cloud computing, it's really important when it comes to businesses, whereby we can have our files running on cloud, and then we can able to access our files wherever we go. And an example of a cloud computing can be either WhatsApp or Twitter or LinkedIn or Skype, for example. And then we have another different types of cloud computing systems, such as iCloud, Dropbox, or Google Drive. These are some of the examples where we can able to put our files and then look at them even in 20 years, we can able to access them, right? Okay, new developments can also be mobile applications, such as apps of any kind. in the past, probably let's say 10 years ago, we didn't know about mobile apps at all. But now with these new changes of technology evolving so fast, we are now getting to know mobile apps. Like for example, I just came to experience my homework app, where you can able to install my homework app, and then you can able to view all your assignments and tests that you are going to do with your lecturers, for example. Okay, that's another different type of app. So actually they are good impacts for. Okay, and we can also look at business intelligence softwares. Examples of business intelligence softwares are such as just as payroll and some systems that are used by decision makers in companies, such as we have how the board members or the CEOs deals with decision making in companies. They use some examples of business intelligence softwares. Okay, now how does information technology sustain us within the society? Do you think it sustains us? Do we get satisfied by the technology, or do we have another extra need for the information technology? So now that is where I want you guys to look at for your preparation for exam, whether how is IT or information technology sustaining us in the society today, and then explain the sustainability in the form of energy. When it comes to energy, like does it provide energy? Okay, when you're talking of energy, you're not talking of electricity, power or something. We're talking of energy within the companies. For example, we are looking at the company size and then the cost. Do you think it sustains us within there? Okay, now the last part that I want you guys to look at into is the RFID, which is a radio frequency identification. Maybe most of you are hearing this for the first time, but it's not the first thing to hear. Okay, RFID is a software that is used in inventory, stock control, and quality management. Basically, RFID is a certain device that is used by different companies, like some of the companies that are having car tracking systems. So now they use that device, and then they install it in their vehicles, and then this will able to keep up with them the stock control or the quality management of how they are going to track their vehicles. Okay, and then it will provide within the inventory. So now I want you to look at the uses of RFIDs and then the advantages of RFIDs, of how we can use now this radio frequency identification. Of course, it has a whole lot of use, but where I have came to experience the RFID personally, it's when I was working for a company where they used to track vehicle. Okay, so it was a vehicle tracking management system. So now they used to use a RFID. Okay, and then that you need to understand more and then dig more a little bit about it. Okay, if I want to give you an example of RFID, a company like for example PC Center has a tracking vehicle system, and then you can look up for some of examples of RFIDs. All right, so now let's review what we have looked into so far in the IT and societies in our preparation. Okay, the topics covered, we have looked at information technology within the societies, where we need to understand the depth of information technology itself, and then we have looked at computer threats. Computer threats, they come in different forms, and then we need to understand types of computer threats and how we can go about it by preventing our computers from this type of threats. Also, we also looked at computer systems used within businesses, right? And impacts of information technology within the society, whether they can negatively affect us or whether positively. So what can we gain from information technology? And also we looked at now new technology developments, okay, such as mobile applications, cloud computing, virtualization, right? So those are some of new technology developments. Now we also need to understand the sustainability of IT. How is it sustaining us within the society? And then lastly, now we have to look at radio frequency identification. What is it all about? How can it benefit us? Okay, with having covered that, I hope we can able to get ready for our exam, and then I'm looking for the positive result when I'm going to be marking your script, and then I'm wishing you all the best.